I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're van life here in his bed here in a little bit.
I don't think so. It's unfortunate, but this spring he'll come out.
Yep. Well, we are actually right in Borrego Springs, guys. We have left Slab City. We've been gone for a couple of days now. So, hello, Timothy. How's it going?
Hey.
Hey, Rome. How's it going? Eileen?
Hey.
But we are right here in Borrego Springs, and if you don't know anything about Borrego, it's kind of cool here.
Yeah, it's its own place. There's acres of land here, I believe, and it's all scattered out through the land. Someone created these like metal iron sculptures.
Yeah.
And most of them are dinosaurs. But then there were a lot that our buddy Chuck, he seen last year that we didn't go that far and we didn't see them. And so he showed us it was like people on a grape farm, and there was a gold miner there, and
right, there was a few other things that we hadn't seen
a big
before.
Indian, camels, elephants, a lot of different statues. But it's pretty cool because it's an outdoor park. You could go and you could take your vehicle. We took Chuck's truck, and then when we were there, it was pretty cool because we did see a group of, what were they?
Triumphs.
And there were
so
about
hold on. So
40
basically,
people there.
we're in Borrego Springs, is what Steph's talking about.
Yes.
And Borrego Springs is kind of unique because it's surrounded by a state park. So it's a small little community here in California, and there are we just had a few people on just came on and kind of wondering what we're talking about. So I just kind of wanted to had a whole bunch of wares on the bottom there. So, but yeah, I guess we are in Borrego Springs, like I just said, and we've left Slab City, and most of our little tribe has left Slab City. There's still a whole bunch of people there, I'm sure. But I think Ross is still there, and Daryl, and I think that's it.
Maybe Bex.
Maybe Bex is still there. I'm not sure.
I heard about her moving.
So we have a couple people saying it's buffering.
Yeah. I actually, my comments aren't coming up.
So let's see. Let's check the hotspot says we have 5 bars, guys. So I'm not sure if it's us or you. Let me see.
Yeah, is it in 4K?
It might be not in 4K. Alright.
Okay.
Well, guys, our hotspot says we have like 4 bars, so maybe that'll help a little bit. I'm gonna put it more next to the window instead of up in the thing.
Yes, we were in Borrego Springs and we got to go see definitely more statues, and that video is coming up. And right now it's just kind of, first of all, it's like 6 o'clock, so it's after the sun went down.
Right.
And it's kind of been raining on and off all day here in Borrego Springs, and I don't think it reached above 60 degrees outside today. So we're kind of just hanging out in the van, but we were kind of talking amongst the group of where we want to go next.
Where should we go next?
Yeah,
I mean,
because there's kind of a cold spell, so we're not trying to go north, and we're not trying to go into Mexico, and there's not many places that
we can go,
and
right?
We just found out that if we go to San Diego, we need chains, so San Diego is not an option.
Is out of the question because you have to cross over the mountain peaks there, and they've shut down 78 unless you have chains and 4-wheel drive.
So that's interesting.
Good deal. People are saying that the reception is better. Good deal. Hopefully that'll continue. but we do not have T-Mobile or AT&T service here. We only have our Verizon.
I guess
Oh
because
wow.
Mike's playing with
Yeah, I'm
it.
gonna play with it, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. Put it back over there where it can be okay. I'm gonna let it kind of see. All right, that's better. Good deal. I'll leave it alone. But yeah, our AT&T and our T-Mobile service is not working here, so we are relying on our Verizon Jetpack, and we basically purchased this with our Patreon money. So if you're one of our Patreons, we really appreciate it, and that's what's been keeping us afloat while we were at Slab City and at the RTR and Schoolie Palooza was the Verizon Jetpack. So without it, you wouldn't have been able to make videos for the last 2 months, basically.
So someone asked, "Are we in the state park?" Technically, in the state park, we weren't sure. We were trying to debate that yesterday, but I know you were looking through the pamphlet. Did you see anything?
I think we're right on the edge of BLM and state land. So we're right on the edge there. This land is for sale, and basically are in the area here in Borrego Springs where we're staying. A lot of the places where the sculptures are, they have huge metal dinosaurs and jeeps and all kinds of sculptures out here, and it's all on private land, but the owners of the land are allowing people to camp on the land. And I guess I'll explain that a little bit. Here in Borrego Springs, we are surrounded by a state park.
Okay.
And then I don't know if this is BLM land. I don't think so. And basically, we're staying on private land that the owners allowed someone to come in and put about 100 big metal structures in on the land, and allows people to camp on the land for a few days, a week or so. You know, don't overstay your welcome, of course. I don't know what it didn't really say a day limit.
I would
assume 14 days like every other place. You just need to stay here for 2 weeks and move on. But it's basically private land, and they hope that you respect the land. And a lot of people will drive through, even in cars, out into the desert to see some of these big sculptures.
Well, that's the idea, is that you go drive out there and see them.
And a lot of people will camp here also. Can you see them without going to the side-by-side? Without being honest, absolutely. You can drive your vehicle into these places, your van.
I honestly would not recommend it unless you were in a 4x4, because our buddy Chuck did say he went last year and a bunch of him and his friends got stuck.
Right.
We went in our Promaster City and we thankfully did not get stuck, but we take our van a lot of places that we should not, so I wouldn't suggest it unless you have 4x4.
Unless you have 4x4. That was last year when we were here.
And people aren't supposed to camp out there, but people do go and they camp out there.
Oh, you can camp out there. It actually says camping allowed.
On the sign, it says no camping.
Oh, really?
The sign you took a picture of.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we're actually not in a place where there is any dinosaurs or anything like that right now. Not in this area.
We actually we've been to Borrego Springs before, so this time we didn't come for the statues, but we heard that there was going to be a super bloom here, so we were supposed to come here and just green hills everywhere and flowers were supposed to bloom. So we were a little early for that because we were thinking it's going to happen after the rain. We've seen a couple of flowers here and there, but this is supposed to be a super bloom. So like when we left Slab City, there were just like fields of purple flowers. So it's like coming up this way.
I'm thinking that there were more flowers in Slab City than there are here, unfortunately. So that was our intention, was to leave Slabs. We went to Indio. And then we met back up with Chuck and Jake and Jen here in Borrego Springs, and we were hoping to see the super
Mhm.
bloom. So, because last year, you can actually go back if you'd like. We made a few videos last year of us here in Borrego Springs, and you can see where we parked and where we took the van,
Yes.
and basically right by the dinosaurs. We slept right underneath the two big T-Rexes last year, which was really
It
cool.
was
So
really cool. There were some high winds here, so it was kind of scary to see those
they
sculptures
move
move.
really
And
a
we were
lot.
wondering if like one of them were gonna fall over, and of course they didn't. But this year when we went out and went and looked at the sculptures, we did see like a cactus
Cactus
sculpture that fell over.
that
So
we
that
saw
it does
last year
happen. Yeah,
that was wrecked
the
last
winds
year.
here they get so high.
I know a lot of people didn't care for the slabs, and that's okay, guys.
Yeah.
We spent a little time there. We needed to build out that casita and finish up the solar job on Michael, and we
And
needed a place to do that. So
yeah,
that's
and the weather
kind
was
of
warm there.
yeah, Rome. We'll send you a pin, no problem.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
but basically, we thought we would whenever Chuck and them were like, let's go over to Borrego. We were like, why not? Let's come
Yeah.
see the super bloom. And I think it's really 2 years ago they said it was amazing. So,
Yeah.
but I think raining. It's literally pouring down rain here all day, and then it would stop for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then it would sprinkle, and like now it's starting to pour rain again.
Yeah.
So.
Turtle Power. Hello from North Carolina. How you doing? So funny.
But I'm actually I'm gonna put together a video tonight of us leaving Slab City, so that'll be the video
Yes.
tonight. Um, I'm actually trying some new editing software and stuff, and so I'm having to learn this new software, guys.
Yes.
So
We can
my
do that, Marsha.
my learning curve is a little bit. I'm not spitting out the videos as quick as I have been. Just trying to use a better program, has some better music on it. What's the name of the program? It's something that I'm trying out that I got for free, and I want to promote it, but I want to use it first. So before I recommend it, or I need to figure it out and decide if I like it or not.
So information coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. So that's kind of, and a lot of people have said they really like the new music, and then a lot
Yeah.
of people say they hate the new music. So
Well, that's with
everything.
Music. Yeah. Well,
Right.
anytime we change our music up, we always got people who like it and then
Both
who
ways.
don't like it.
Right, of
so-
course. So I'm glad you
Music is
guys
hard.
give us that input. I want to say thanks for the input. We need
Yeah,
that
definitely.
feedback, and that
For-
does help us decide what
Yeah.
music we're going to use and stuff. And I have a limited amount of music that I use, so I don't want it to get old or, repetitive for you guys. So, but we're trying to decide as a group where we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Do we stick around Borrego Springs and hope that it's supposed to get warm in a week?
Yeah.
That's a long time for us to sit in the cold, to wait,
But
to
I
hope.
don't think it's
that
warm
it's
anywhere
gonna-
else.
That is our big dilemma, right?
I mean, I don't even think it's warm in like if we go down
To
Mexico.
Yuma. I mean,
yeah.
even down to Yuma or
It's cold and rainy
or any place
there.
like that, it's still cold. So we're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Either like Rome's and Joshua Tree, they had snow last night.
Yeah, that's a little cold for us.
Julian, up just a little bit over to the west of us, snowing on the peaks. So it's Phoenix. It was
Yeah.
snowing. So where do we go? I mean,
Yeah.
we want to hang out. We want to make videos, and it's really hard. That's why we went live today, is so that I'm gonna build a video tonight,
Mhm.
but hopefully this will be an extra video because I didn't make a video last night. Even though it was rainy and funky outside, we didn't have, we're pretty current on our content. So maybe 2 days ahead. And I didn't know, I was like, it's kind of hard to make videos when it's pouring down rain outside. Come in a little snow. North. Great internet. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just reading the comments. Wow, there's 50 people on here.
Thanks, everyone, for coming on here.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're creeping up on like 5,700 subscribers. And I just want to say a huge thank you to all of our new subscribers. Right. I know we've gotten a lot of subscribers from like Traveling Robert, yes. And then there's been a few other. Who else? RV Prepper Wayne. We were on one of his videos, and I want to say thank you to everyone we've been cross-pollinating with and collabing with. I really appreciate those collaborations, and I really appreciate all of you new subscribers that have come over and, you know, and are enjoying the new content. Well,
somebody asked me, this is a great question, why don't most nomads go to Florida for the winter? Because like you said, we're asking, where's it warm? Where is it warm? Where is it warm on the West Coast? We should be saying.
Right, I guess.
We should be saying that because most of us nomads are not going to be going to the East Coast. There's not as much BLM on the East Coast. There's not as much boondocking spots that we're allowed to be in. And city ordinance are kind of more stricter on van life over there. But another thing is like a lot of nomads, they want to come to the event, and the most popular event is the RTR. RTR is held in January, and so most people plan to be on the West Coast during the winter months,
right,
because they want to go to the RTR in January. And so to be wanting to go on the West Coast and then jet to the East Coast is unrealistic.
It takes a lot of money. I mean,
it takes a lot of money, and most nomads are on a budget, and most nomads are not booking it from one side of the country to the other side. We do follow warm weather. We do want to be in nicer weather. Like everybody in our group, they're just itching to be in nicer weather. Right. But sometimes you do have to hunker down and kind of like wait it out, like everybody experience. And we're kind of over this cold and rainy weather because we went to the Travelers Camp Fest in Colorado during last summer. So last summer we put ourselves in the mountains, so high altitude, and
we loved it. But
we loved it because we were from Florida and we were used to the hot, but we kind of screwed ourselves out of summer. We did because we were wearing jackets like this all summer, and we were wearing jeans and pants, and it was great because we were in Colorado.
We loved
but then we came to the West Coast and it was cold now, so it was so funny because it's like our group is like they want to get to warm weather, but it's like we've been in cold weather for like a year.
Yeah, so I'm like she said, our group is really ready to like itch in to move, and we have some more friends that are down towards Hopeville Hot Springs, which we've taken you guys to Hopeville Hot Springs with us before. It's amazing, but we want to go see new stuff, right? I mean, new places, or if we do go back to places we went last year, I want them to kind of be more of the national parks. So me and Steph, we were thinking about heading to Mardi Gras. That was on our list. We had planned to rendezvous with Destination Open Roads, Scott and Terry, and Aja from Pandemonium, and head to Mardi Gras with them. But since I was building out this casita for Renee, it took a little longer than we expected. So basically we decided that we didn't want to spend the money to head all the way to the East Coast that fast. And so we are going to skip Mardi Gras, even though we've been to New Orleans 3 times. And we love New Orleans. So we want to go to Mardi Gras, but
we probably will. But maybe when the weather starts getting better, because like the last couple of days of Mardi Gras this year aren't looking so hot.
No, I checked the actual weather, and the last week of Mardi Gras, which is kind of the big grand finale of what you really want to do, is rain every day. So it's like maybe we did make a good choice and stay here and finish the casita and make a little bit of extra side money. And I'm actually going to be, I'm not going to say it all the way, but if you're one of our Patreons, I did make a post and said I took the money from last month and I held it back. And what I mean by held it back is I'm saving it for a new camera. Right now, if you don't know, we shoot, edit, and upload everything on my S9 Samsung phone. And yeah, I know, Steph took care of it. No worries, guys. She deleted him, so we'll worry about him. Don't even let that bother you. So
you guys are on it, though.
Yep.
I appreciate every single one of you.
That's what Steph was doing over there, clicking on the screen, is taking care of that, guys. So, but we were like, we should just stay here. But it's getting cold, so, but it'd be cold there also. And now we could save a little bit of money, but like I was saying, I actually put back the money that we get on Patreon. So if you're a Patreon, thank you so much. I took the money from last month and I'm going to put it with the money this month from Patreon, and I'm going to buy us a new camera. So, and that's why I'm learning new software so that when I have a new camera, I'll have new software and I'll start editing on the computer versus the phone. And so that's coming. And I want to say a huge thank you to our 33, 34 Patreons. You guys are amazing. And for that, but I'm basically taking the money and buying a new camera. So I want to say a huge thank you to those guys. That'll be here at the first of the month. So I'm looking at new cameras now. If you have suggestions, please, let us know.
Don't suggest. He knows what he wants.
I think I know what I want.
He knows exactly what he wants. I don't know why he said suggest.
But I'm hoping that the new camera will bring the channel and the videography to another level. I know a lot of you guys watch it on your phone, and that's amazing, but a lot of people watch it on a huge TV.
I do like those 360 cameras, though. I do like how anybody could go on their camera then, and then like when we were exploring the camp, we could go in a room and then you could just move your finger and look around the room like that instead of us kind of spinning it around. That is nice, but
we're looking. I know Aja from Pandemonium just got that GoPro Fusion 360 camera, and we'll see how she likes it. We'll have to give her a buzz and see what she thinks about that camera now that she has it. Wow, we got a lot of 72 people on here. Thanks, guys. I think I need a couple of cameras, guys. I need an action camera, and then I need another bigger camera. So I am going to be wanting to purchase 2 different cameras. I feel like they both have their place.
Right.
And
like somebody asked, do you suggest a GoPro or something other than a phone? That's kind of hard for us to say because we've never used a GoPro.
I've never had a GoPro. I've never used one. If GoPro would love to send me one, I'd love to try out one of those new GoPro 7s or a GoPro Fusion 360 or whatever, but I haven't purchased one. I am looking at the DJI Osmos Pocket because we do have
Yeah.
a DJI Osmos Mobile 2 that we put our phone in, and we use that gimbal to help with the cinematic footage and all of the, so it's not so choppy and bouncy and stuff, you know. Did we get our new tire yet? The answer is
That is a
no.
good question.
That is a very good question. The answer is no. Um, Basically, Walmart.com.
Oh, look, Patrick Kyle, thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Kyle, for the donation. It's been rainy everywhere, including
Yes.
here in Alabama. I believe it. But no, I do not have a new tire yet. I'm still running the tire that they gave us because on Walmart.com, if you go on there right now, they're still out of stock. So I wish I would have just got that tire and done something different. But what was I gonna? I had four holes in that tire. It was you. What are you gonna do? So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is find one of these tires and come out of pocket and buy one from some other company and have it put on so that they're all the same again. And I like Walmart, and hopefully they'll make this right. But at the end of the day, you know, the fact that they have these tires and now they're out of, you know, on back order or whatever isn't really Walmart's fault, I guess. So I'm taking the good with the bad, and I'm trying not to think about that I have one tire that's different than the other three tires that I like. So
Yeah, we're just trying to be patient.
trying to be patient, and what else am I going to do? I can't make them buy me two tires that match. So I would have to, if I wanted two other tires, let's say they would give me another one, a different brand, then it wouldn't match, and I'd have to buy another one to put on the other side, and that's a brand new tire. What's the, so I don't,
And it's like, it's not like they just put a donut on there. They did put a Goodyear. I mean,
it is a decent tire.
it is a decent tire. It's not a Cooper tire. It's not the
All-terrain tires,
It's
right.
not right. It's not all-terrain tires. But we're just trying to be patient.
Trying to be patient.
Yeah.
Though, what do you, sometimes in life, you just have to be patient, and I work on that every day, and I'm trying to be patient in this issue.
Craig said,
you know?
"What is with these trolls tonight? You know, sometimes they're just like firecrackers."
We do have a lot of trolls, guys. If you don't know, we do have a lot of trolls, and we do police our channel very well. I know you guys don't realize that we have a lot of trolls because I block a lot of people. If you say something nasty on this channel, you basically have one. And that one, I'll delete that comment, and I remember that.
Sometimes if you like, we read a comment, and there are some things, like if somebody says something to you, you could choose to take it the wrong way, or you could just choose to let it be. If it's a comment like that, we'll be like, okay, they kind of have one. You have one strike against you, and then if you say something else, then you're gone.
I'll actually, and unfortunately I have had to do this to a bunch of people, is to block you from commenting. If you're gonna say nasty things and comment nasty things, I'm not tolerating it. This channel is meant to be family friendly.
Well, not only that, that's so true too, but Mike said something one time that made so much sense to me, and when I say it, it's going to make so much sense to you. Those trolls who are going on your live streams, and that's pretty much where it is, because we don't really have trolls on our video comments, but when they go on your live streams and they're feeding into you, I mean, it's good because like you're getting trolls, but you know, it's like you can delete them, and don't feel bad for deleting them, because if they're coming on your live stream and they're trolling you, they're probably not subbed to you. They probably don't watch your other videos.
Pretty
And they're
much.
just on your live stream to say hurtful things and to try to get under your skin.
Absolutely.
And to try to steal your show.
Pretty
so
much.
Don't let them annoy you. Don't let them steal your show.
And
don't let them on your live stream.
Right. And this is a family friendly channel. We actually, I don't know if I've ever said this story or not, but we actually had a gentleman pull up to us at the Van Build in Parker, Arizona, and he said, "Hey, you're the turtle couple, the turtle kids," or whatever he said. And I always smile when people say that. To me, that is hilarious. I think that's the cutest thing ever. And he goes, "I found you through my granddaughter. I was staying at her house, at my daughter's house for Christmas, and they went to work one day, and I was babysitting my granddaughter, and she wanted to watch the turtle couple that lives in their van with a little turtle." And he's like, "What?" So of course he wanted to watch our channel to see what his granddaughter was watching, because he does live on a in a RV, and he's like, "I do watch some channels, and I just want to see what my granddaughter's watching." And he goes, "I am really, really happy to know that you two run a family-friendly show so that I can allow my granddaughter to watch."
Danny, I'm going to throw you under the bus here. Our friend Danny, he just put "no troll here" in capital letters. And it is a very unfortunate story, but he came out here to the West Coast, to the Van Build and the RTR and such, to hang out with us and to meet some of his favorite YouTubers. Well, one YouTuber, I'm not going to mention any names, came up to him and was like, "Are you a troll?" That's not cool.
Right.
I don't think we would ever, like, even if we did think you were a troll at our campfire, I don't think we would, like, point you out in front of everybody.
Not, right?
That was so uncalled for.
Right. So we try not to feed into
that
that
was a nice
stuff.
Story. Sorry, Danny. I thought I should
kind of share a little bit. Yeah. So if inside joke, I guess. Yeah. Right. After that, everyone knew he was not a troll, and it was the sweetest guy. Right.
Yeah, he so nice. couldn't believe that they thought he was a troll. It's like if you would have spoke to him for 5 minutes,
you would have known. Yeah.
You would have known.
But we have a lot of people that we meet on the road, and up to this point, we have had nothing but good experiences meeting people on the road, and I hope that continues. I hope we get to meet you. If we're near you, please get a hold of us on Facebook or.
Danny, you're famous. Someone's already saying you should get a T-shirt that says that. No troll here.
No troll here, right?
A little troll under the bridge. That's so funny. American Woman says it's 44 degrees in Los Angeles, so it is cold everywhere.
I tell you what, I mean, 85 on chat. Wow. Yeah, there's 72 right now. 29 thumbs up, guys. Thanks a lot. If you're here and you came to the party late, we're basically here in Borrego Springs. We've left Slab City and we've went to Indio. We got showers. You'll be seeing that video later tonight, this evening, when I make it and get it uploaded for you guys. We made it here to Borrego Springs yesterday. Chuck and Steph and Jake and Jen, we all took the truck out, Chuck's truck, and went riding around Borrego Springs and had a nice dinner at Carly's restaurant right there in Borrego Springs. We actually went out in his pickup truck, which was really nice. So we had plenty of room for all of us and the two puppies. And
So Newton Washington asked, "Are we ever going to make it to Michigan?" We don't have any plans to go to Michigan, but I would like to go back to Michigan because I spent a lot of my childhood in Michigan. I have some family in Grand Rapids and stuff, so it would be kind of nice to go back to Michigan. Now we don't have any future plans, any near plans, but we know you've been a sub for a long, long time. So if we do go,
we'll definitely hit you up. That's for sure.
You will probably be the first to know.
Right. So, but
no, we have no near future plans.
Immediate plans to go there. We want to hit a couple of the national parks that we missed last year, and ultimately,
35 degrees in northern New York.
Wow.
Ooh.
Northern New York.
Just saying New York right now makes me shiver.
On that note, northern New York. I have a challenge, I guess. I don't know how much it is, and I don't know how much it costs, but if we raise enough money between now and when the tickets are where you can't get a ticket anymore, I'd love to go to Woodstock 2019. That would be amazing. And it's in New York, up there. It's in the middle of August, I think, and it's for the anniversary. I think this is the 50th anniversary of Woodstock. So we'll see how that goes, but I would definitely make my way from wherever we are to northern New York for Woodstock. If we end up if we can see how much that costs and everything.
Oh, okay. Here's an editing question for you, Mike. How long does it take to edit and add music to a 10-minute video?
Oh, okay. All right. So a 10-minute video. Well, a 10-minute video actually probably is about 3 hours worth of footage. So it starts off as 3 hours worth of raw footage that I'll film throughout the day. And then I kind of have to watch all of that, scan through it. And then I'll kind of get it down to about 25-30 minutes of usable footage that I want to keep. And then I tear that down to the 10 or 15-minute format that we'd like to keep us in. It normally takes me about 3 hours to edit and add music and get it uploaded, not uploaded, but like saved. And then once it's saved on the device as a file, you have to upload it to the internet and then do a bunch of other analytical things for the monetization and all the titling and the thumbnail and all of that. So I would say a total usually takes me somewhere between 2.5 hours and 4 hours, depending on internet speed. So I usually can edit a video in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
About 2.5 hours I can edit the video. Right. But then if I have fast internet, I could have that video up in like 10 minutes. But if we're out somewhere like now, delete that person. But if we're out here, some place like we are now, it might take an hour and a half for that video to upload. And before I can make it go live, I have to go in and watch it again as an upload. And then I do all the front side and back side stuff. And then then it's ready to go on. So it could take anywhere from 2.5 hours with good internet speed to 4 hours with bad internet speed. So that's basically what I do from 11 o'clock at night till 2:30, 3, 4 in the morning. And that's why if you go back and see what time these videos come out, they come out about 3, 4 in the morning. And on the West Coast, which is about 7 6, 7 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast.
Somebody's asking about boosters.
Oh, okay. And that's kind of how long it takes, guys, to do that. Boosters. Okay. Well, we do not have a Wii Boost. I wish we did have a Wii Boost, but they're about $500-600, and I just can't afford one. But we do carry AT&T on a phone that one of our Patreons, Craig and Sandra, provide us every month and pay the bill, and we are grateful for that in so many ways. You just don't know, Sandra and Craig, how appreciative we are that you take care of that AT&T bill for us, so we can actually, I could take that video and I have AT&T service on one phone. We actually pay for T-Mobile service, and we have a phone and 2 tablets with that. And then we actually have the Verizon hotspot that we take $65 a month out of our Patreon money, and we pay for that with the one of the things we use our Patreon money for.
Highly recommend it.
Highly. We would not be doing this live stream without it. So basically, the Patreons are paying for that, and the AT&T service with Craig and Sandra.
Right.
Without our Patreons, guys, I don't know how we would stay on the road. So I want to say a huge thank you to all of our Patreons, and another huge thank you to Craig and Sandra for taking care of our AT&T phone for us.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the story, Danny. I'm glad you weren't like mad at me for throwing you under the bus. Someone says, my goodness, when do you sleep?
When do we sleep? Well,
he sleeps for about 6 hours.
I sleep about 6 hours. So I go to bed around 3, 4 in the morning, and I get up around 9 or 10 in the morning. And a lot of the people, when we camp with people, they're like, oh, you guys don't come out till about 11 or noon. And I'm like, yeah, we don't get up till 10, and we can hang out in the van pretty contently for a couple of hours by ourselves in the morning. So
we have not gotten the tire issue fixed. We are still waiting on a new tire. Which carrier is the most reliable? We're actually figuring out here on the West Coast that Verizon is the most go ahead.
Reliable.
Yeah, I don't know why I had such a hard time with that word.
Yeah.
But we just find out, like, with AT&T and T-Mobile, sometimes we'll have service, but usually always the Verizon Jetpack has service.
But sometimes the Verizon hasn't worked and AT&T works. So it's kind of a toss-up. So either the Verizon works and the AT&T works, or the Verizon doesn't work at all and the only thing that works is the AT&T. So it's really good that we have if I was going to suggest, if you're a nomad really living on, like, you know, if you can afford to, I would do Verizon and AT&T.
This live stream is off the Verizon Jetpack. So someone was just like, your live stream is doing well. Our broadcasting off the Jetpack. So if you're wondering if it works, if you could see this live stream at home, that's a yes.
Here, AT&T is working, but we have no T-Mobile. So there you go. But we've been a few places where we didn't have AT&T, where we didn't have Verizon service, and we had AT&T service. So,
and it's helped us tremendously because last year, before, when we didn't have it, it was kind of like we would pull up to BLM, and most service at the BLM land is so spotty. So you kind of park and you see if you have service, and if you don't have service, you go to another spot, and maybe that spot you'll have 2 bars instead of 1 bar. And that's kind of what we did. And it's kind of like now when we pull in, we'll just pick a spot, and one of the 3 services usually has something. And if it doesn't, of course,
we'll have to move. But we've been a lot better off having all of the services.
I think this was asked a while ago, so I hope this person is still on the channel. But someone asked, how long have we been traveling and doing YouTube?
Okay, actually moved in the van now almost we lived in a vehicle for almost 4 years, and we've traveled for about 2 of those 4 years, because the first 2 years we lived in the van, and we lived in a Kia Soul for a year and a half, and then about a year and a half, about another year almost, we lived in this van half a year. We went to college, and that's what drove us into coming into the van life, is the expense of an apartment or a dorm room in college. That's why we started traveling. We didn't leave Florida, and we went all the way up to Maine and all of that, and did the OBX and a whole bunch of places.
Someone said, any plans to come to the East Coast? Yes, both our families are from the East Coast, so we do plan to go back to the East Coast.
Yep.
Maybe to New England.
That's
much up there. Yeah, why not? We're not against it.
No, we like the East Coast. We actually did the whole East Coast before, when we had like 150, 200 subscribers. So we do have videos of Boston, Philly, Portland, Maine, Cape Elizabeth Lighthouse, the OBX, Kitty Hawk, where, first flight, Savannah, Georgia, Charleston. We have videos of all of those places, but we're thinking we should go back.
I definitely want to go back, because when we went to Kitty Hawk, they were building the new visitor center, and it was when we were there, we kind of got a pamphlet of the new visitor center, and it's so funny because it's not only like, of course you'll have the visitor centers, but then you'll also have like the exhibits and stuff, and it did look like really nice. And I know like Kitty Hawk, it's so funny because it's kind of like you're going there, and then it's just stones in the ground further. And it was two brothers. It was so cool because each time that they flew the plane and it landed, it would switch. Right. And then the other one would get in the plane and fly and land. So it was kind of like
luck of the draw, right?
It was kind of like a competitive thing. Like, oh, I want to get this plane, and I want to go farther than my brother. Right. Yeah, I want to land it. So it was cool that they made history, and it was cool that their entire careers, it was almost like a battle against each other. It was a battle to beat his brother, not to be the best out there, not to be an inventor or anything, but really it was just to beat the brother. So pretty cool story. Gotta be on, people. Right. We're gonna take over, you guys.
But yeah, we actually think we had thought about, that was the plan, was to head towards New Orleans and go to Mardi Gras, but it just didn't work out that way.
Oh, what? Glula and Scooter's Adventures.
Thanks, Renee.
I don't know, she wanted me thrown out of there. Yes, but that is actually the casita we built out. So eventually you might see videos on her YouTube channel.
Yep.
It's fairly new, so no videos yet. But if you want to go over there
and
show her some love.
Right.
Yep.
That you'll actually get to see the casita, and now that it's finished, she's kind of doing her little finishing touches to it, guys. So hopefully we can get a video of that when it's complete. So
somebody asked, is there a hot springs? I'm not sure if you're asking if there's a hot springs here in Borrego Springs, but I don't think there is. The closest one I think is Hopeville Hot Springs, and that's still like an hour from here. And we went there, and that's pretty nice. It's a hot springs in the ground, and it's cemented pools, so it's not like a river or anything. So it's pretty nice and clean. And they clean it once a week. They close it, and you could smell the bleach, and
actually like go in and power wash it every Tuesday morning, which is really
really nice because I think they go and they clean out their trash cans and stuff too, because the trash cans were not gross.
And it's basically just a bunch of volunteers that do that, so it's not the county or the state or the BLM. It's basically just them doing it. Charles.
Close, but no cigar.
Yep. And I am 43 years old now, so.
Hey, look, Kaiser's on here. Got sunglasses.
Hey, Chuck. How's it going, buddy? We thought since it's been such a rainy and funky day and we didn't get to go anywhere, have any fun, we decided we would just go live.
Is that blurry?
Yeah, it is. See, that's why I want a new camera, guys.
Yeah. Well,
that
you
is
gotta
the
remember,
I want a new camera.
we got the heat on in here, and then the fans open because we got the heat on, so the cold air. So we might get maybe a little perspiration.
Foggy.
I just don't want to keep wiping the camera like the news.
Right. Anybody
else? We got a lot of hellos, a lot of shout outs.
Oh, wow.
You are the same age as my youngest. Wow. True or false? Are you from the Maritimes with the NSPEI? Is that for you?
We'll talk, Craig.
I totally miss you guys.
Really young.
Danny, we totally miss you too. And I'm always wondering where you are on the road and what state you're. I was right. How much information are we going to give these people about Danny?
Hey.
We don't know his social. You can't get that. No, I'm just kidding.
They won't know what truck he's in.
Yeah, so he's a truck driver, and it's like because the United States is under this white blanket of snow and rain and mush, and like I'm always worried about our friends who travel, especially when I know when they're traveling in colder weathers, and probably just because I've lived in Chicago, so I've had friends who've hydroplaned on black ice. One of my aunts, she almost went off the bridge of Chicago, but her car actually got stopped like on the side of the bridge, so that was a terrifying experience. So I do not like driving in the snow, so much so I don't like my friends driving in the snow.
And basically we are out of Slab City. We're actually in Borrego Springs right now. Raining. I love the snow driving. We're just reading the comments, guys.
I love the snow driving. Okay, you drive, I'll be in the passenger seat. I am a great navigator.
John, I would love to get a hold of, but I don't think they will sponsor us until we get to about 10,000 subscribers, guys. So, I've talked to a few people about a few things, and I do have one review, my very first review. It will be coming out of something that a company did give us, and it is one of these Jackery portable power banks, and they did give it to me for free, and I have been using it a little bit this last couple of days and trying it out. It's got a 200 watt pure sine wave inverter in it, and I think a 6.7 amp hour lithium battery pack, and it can be done with solar, but I don't have the solar panels for it, so I kind of charged it up and kind of been using it, and I'm gonna have a promo code for $50 off of the Jackery for the month of March. So if you want one now, I do have a promo code for February, but I wanted to give everybody a whole month. If you want to decide to get it, it's normally $250, and they're $200 with the promo code, and I'm going to test it out because you know me, I'm not going to put my name on it if I don't like it. So I'm going to be honest, and that's kind of just the way I'm going to run this channel, is that if someone sends me something for free, I'm going to be honest about it, and I want them to give it to me for free because I'm going to be honest and not give a biased review and say how great it is, because if I tell you it's good and you waste your money on it and you watch our channel and you hate it, you're going to blame me a little bit, and I don't blame you for that, and I don't want you to blame me for it. So I'm going to try to check these items out before, but a Wii Boost, I would take that in a minute. So, but Steven, thank you so much for that super chat, $20. I greatly appreciate that a lot.
Yes, I'm glad you were able to come on the live stream. I think you missed the last one, so I'm glad you were able to come on here.
Yeah, it's getting late in Florida, so on a Thursday night. So.
Sometimes he stays out.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I think, what time is it? Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory, I think, come on here in about 40 minutes, which is cool. Yay, super chatters. Yeah, really, guys, without you watching our channel, without our Patreons, and without the people throwing a little money on the super chat, we wouldn't be able to make videos. Yes. We wouldn't be traveling. Yes. We would be getting a job and going back to work. So we greatly, greatly appreciate everything you guys do for us. So I haven't really said anything to Steph, but the Overland expedition's coming up too, and Flagstaff. I know Flagstaff, Arizona just got like a foot of snow, and they're supposed to get a foot more. So talking about going to Flagstaff's kind of silly, but here in a couple of months, the Overland Expo is going to be there, and I am a big Overland fan.
And for those of you who don't know what Overland is, somebody in our group kind of was like, "What is overlanding?" And I said the best way for me to describe what overlanding is pretty much exactly what we do, but more rugged. So being self-contained in like a Jeep. So where we say like we went to Descend on Bend and we got stuck, or we went to Crown King, Arizona, and we actually had to park the van and then jump in our friend's Jeep. Now, if we were overlanders, we would have done that whole ride in our Jeep, in a rig, in our Jeep, and probably would have camped out on the summit and then rode back the next night.
Or a four-wheel drive Sprinter.
And there were two paths. We took the easier path on the way up because, of course, we were in the van. And then there's always a more rugged path. And then if you're in a vehicle that can handle that, like a side-by-side or a Jeep or something, it's the more fun path.
Right.
But
that's overlanding. Yeah.
Right. But when you're in a van, it's not the more fun path. It's like
the dangerous
path.
The
nightmare.
Right, the nightmare path. So
yeah, you don't want to go on that path. But if we had a Jeep, we would be all over it.
Or a four-wheel drive Sprinter, or an overland vehicle of some kind.
I don't even know about a four-wheel drive Sprinter because that's still your house.
Still your house. But an overland vehicle is capable of going almost anywhere, and that's the ideal of it. And that is really what we wish we had. I wish we were overlanders instead of van lifers, but I can't afford the overlanding, guys. That is just on another level of expensive. I mean, we do good to stay out here on the road full time now for almost 40 years, but an overlanding, that's where it's at.
Danny's a funny guy. He said, "Can I overland in my fifth wheel?" Mad Max did it.
If you want to, right? If you want to.
Yeah. Hook it up.
I mean, we've taken this van some places we should not have taken it.
Get you some chains.
And that's why we've bent rims and messed up tires and done things like that, because we've pushed the envelope. And I wish we had a rig that was capable of pushing that envelope. Did you guys see how this camera is auto-focusing? That a lot of people say take the autofocus off on the S9. Well, I have to run the app on our DJI gimbal on the phone, and it doesn't allow you to take that off. So that's another reason why I need a new camera, guys. Yes, one of the best things about our van is the gas mileage, and that is the giveth and taketh of our van.
Our van is pretty new, and that's not like usual in van life, because usually you get a little older vehicle, it's kind of already off the market, and you kind of pay like $2,500 for it,
$3,000-$4,000
or something like that. But like, my brother is a mechanic, and we have this running joke, either payments or parts, and I was okay with the parts as long as my brother could put them in. But then once I moved away from him in 2015, and that's when I got my 2015 Kia Soul.
So there you go,
right? The next car I
right?
got was a 2016. It was in 2016. And I got this 2016 Dodge Ram Promaster van. So that is why I like newer vehicles, is because they come usually with warranties. So if something acts up, like
it can be fixed,
yeah, like we had a problem with this door. One day it just wouldn't open, and the guy, you tell the story. You already laughing.
Sorry, we couldn't get the door to open, so we take it to the Ram dealership, and the guy like, all right, we'll figure it out. Well, the guy tries to open it up, and the door falls off in his hand on him, and he's like, I got it to open. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So they had to fix all of it, and of course it was free because we had a warranty. Well, we're in an hour right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, YouTube does take a cut of our donations. Of the $50 here, we'll probably receive 30 of that 50. And on PayPal, we receive the whole amount. So someone asked that question.
Yeah,
we
did.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
But we appreciate it. Either way you do it. Yeah. PayPal is instant. I instantly get the money. If you do the YouTube Super Chat, we basically, we get that on the 21st of the month, which we got paid today for YouTube, so that was nice.
Oh, Renee, I thought you knew that. I'm so sorry. She's like, bummer, PayPal from now on. She's like, she instantly, as soon as we sent it, she's like, dang it.
Yeah.
We love that girl.
You know, that kind of helps us it kind of motivates me when I see the paycheck for the month, and we have a couple super chats that were nice, and I go, oh, I can pay the van payment and the insurance with the YouTube money.
And somebody asked, is this live or is this pre-recorded? This is live.
This is live.
We are alive.
We're
as
live.
of February 20th. So we're alive.
It was the 21st.
We were alive yesterday. Yesterday was the 20th.
Yeah, we're actually...
No, today's
the 1st.
Okay,
so we're live on the 21st.
As of February 21st, 2019. We
7:30.
are still alive.
Right?
We ate food today. We drank not water, but we drank other stuff.
Powerade and Mountain Dew, right? Actually, there's a PayPal link in the description of this video. If you go to the bottom of the description, you'll see the PayPal link. A couple people have asked about that. We really appreciate anything and everything anyone donates. It really does help with our travels. And since we did kind of stop and do the casita, our numbers for this month aren't as good as they normally are because we were in Slab City, and I know a lot of you aren't interested in Slab City, so we were actually doing a we got a knock on the door.
Okay, and this is a great example. Okay,
right.
So a lot of people, they're like, oh, I seen your van, but I didn't know if you were in there, and I didn't want to come and bother you. You can come and knock on the van.
We got an alien.
Answer the door. Look at your sunglasses.
We have an alien come and check us out here. This is Chuck. So,
Hi, everyone.
You don't wear those on the ride.
They would definitely keep the sand out. I
But-
just had to come over and say hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
are live on the 21st. They really are live.
They're actually live right now,
See,
right?
we are not making
They're
this
not
up.
making this up.
And it's cold and rainy and funky
Look,
outside, right?
You're popular. Someone said hello,
I got
Chuck.
a whole bunch of hello,
Well, hello,
Chucks.
everyone. I was going to come in here earlier and tell you that your camera was a little foggy.
Well,
I don't
you
know
know,
what's
it's
up.
the autofocus, and that's why I'm telling everyone that I'm going to be
Yeah.
purchasing a new camera
Someone
with
said,
my
"E.T., come
Patreon
home."
money.
I'm
And
coming
so
home, Mom.
I know that it's doing this, and I gotta fix it, right, Chuck? Because it's annoying. It's the autofocus, and I can't turn it off, and that's why I need a new camera, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, I'm going to let you guys get back to your busy work.
Of course. Yes.
All right.
All right.
This
Hopefully
needs
it'll
to
be
be
sunny
done
in the morning.
tonight.
Yes.
And we can go explore more of Borrego Springs and see the
Absolutely.
museum and
Yes.
take all these guys with us, right?
It's not snowing here.
But it's
No.
raining and cold.
Yeah. Not far from it.
All right, guys.
All right.
See you, Chuck.
Well, if you don't know Chuck, he's
Now you do.
Now you do. Check him out. He's the one that we've been taking the side by side out with. He's been taking us out. Him and Jake both. Him, Chuck, and Jake.
YouTube welfare check. That is what they call that. Have you been hanging out with the group?
Right. It's pretty bad when you have to make like 30 videos just to make enough money to pay for the van payment and the insurance.
If only all door knocks went that well.
Oh, really? Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess there's a different tone in the knock. Like Chuck was
Yeah,
like,
like-
knock, 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 knock.
And we have
They're
surveillance.
always like, knock, knock.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to
Why
answer
would
the
you want to
door?
answer the
You
door,
just coming
right?
like beating on my door, like you already sound unfriendly. Oh, this was funny earlier. Mike and I were watching one of our favorite shows. It was NCIS New Orleans, and it was like the agent lady got a knock on the door, and I was thinking in my head,
Why you?
I would not open the door. Like, you're a secret agent. You should never open your own door.
Right.
And
She
second of
didn't
all,
look out the peephole.
yeah, she
or
didn't look
nothing.
out no window. She didn't
Nothing.
look at the mail thing.
Nothing, right,
She didn't look
nothing.
at their feet.
No.
Nothing. So she opens the door, and I'm like, I just wide-eyed. I didn't say anything. And Mike's like, you would have not opened the door. And I was like, I was just thinking, why did she open the door? So funny. But it's like, we know each other.
We know each other pretty well. Where are you going in this part of the woods that is open past this time of night that you can go to the bar? Because I don't know of anything in Borrego Springs that's open past 8 o'clock. I mean, 5 o'clock.
You're cooler?
Yeah, I mean, they like roll up the streets here, I think. If you don't know, we're in Borrego Springs. It is basically a community that's a town surrounded by the Borrego State Park. I know I just messed that up, but it's a state park surrounding us, and they do very no light pollution, so you can see all the stars and stuff, but we're not able to see any of that
Yeah.
since we've been here. It's been pouring rain and funky. Yesterday, we went out with Chuck and Jake and Jen and hung out. We went to dinner at Carly's here in town, and we went and looked at all the statues and stuff, and that was fun, but it started raining as soon as we got back to
And
the
not only
van.
that, we were kind of a little tired after going and exploring all day, and then
Yep.
you go and you eat lunch,
Big
and then
dinner, yeah.
you're with your friends. So not only are you going and exploring, you're socializing. So you're doing all of that, and then it was like 4 o'clock, and we were all
And it started pouring
tired.
down rain, so we just... Yeah, I know.
78.
It's nice and warm and sunny in Florida. I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think earlier the highest we had earlier was 60 degrees in Alabama. That was the highest we had so far.
This beats TV any day. Thanks.
Are you from Tampa Bay? We are.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm originally from Kentucky. Steph's originally from Chicago, but we met in college in Tampa Bay. So, good night, Craig. Thank you so much for everything
Cheryl.
you do for our channel. We appreciate it. Good night, Cheryl.
Good night, everyone.
It's getting late on the East Coast. It is.
We don't blame you for wanting to go to bed.
Yep. Been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. 82 people on, 62 likes.
Yes.
Wow, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, just a nice little rainy night chat.
Oh, I have a sister in Bartow. I have family so close.
Right?
You won't even know.
You don't even know, right?
So close. I might even know your sister. I might have went to school with her.
Right? Wow.
I'm not saying any details.
But there you go, right? I'm curious.
Get ready to head to Georgia.
Actually, right now, YouTube is our main income source, basically, along with Patreon. And between YouTube and Patreon, it does give us enough money. We have a very inexpensive van. I've been very public to say that we pay $300 a month for our van payment. And that's what we pay. We pay $91 a month for insurance, $56 a month for our gym, $40 a month for our little 5x5 storage in Florida, and then our internet providers, which, like I wanted to say earlier, and I'm going to give them another shout out. Steph's phone is an AT&T phone, and Craig and Sandra, two of our Patreons and our friends, huge supporters of Van Life Sheldon's Travels. Yeah. They take care of that AT&T phone every week, every month, and that is amazing. And we also run the Verizon Jetpack, and that is paid for with our Patreon money too. So basically the YouTube money and the Patreon money together can pay for the van, the insurance, the gym, the storage, and the jetpack, and our T-Mobile service. So those are basically our bills, and that is provided by the YouTube and the Patreon. So, but it isn't easy, guys. It takes 25 to 30 videos a month to make that kind of money. Yep, and it is a full-time job. So,
okay, Flagstaff, Arizona, 32 inches of snow today. We were watching the news, and that is like record since 1932 or something. I mean, they're talking about global warming. I believe it. It's happening. I was talking to a farmer, and he was talking about, because he watches the weather for depending on what kind of crop he's going to grow, he's like, it's getting hard for him to grow any kind of crops because the winters are getting harsher and longer, and the summers are getting hotter and shorter. So he's like, for a farmer, that's the worst kind of news.
Pretty much. Also, I haven't really shared this on the channel, but unfortunately, we're going. I don't think you can't see it, but we're gonna have to purchase. Oh, there we go. There we go. See that? Well, unfortunately,
that's why sometimes it's hard to read the comments, because
we're gonna have to purchase Stephanie a new cell phone. We were out on the side-by-sides, and it got smashed. So that's something else we're looking at. But all of the cameras with AT&T that all the places we've been, they're horrible. They're like 8 megapixels on the backside and 5 megapixels on the front facing. This literally has a 13 megapixel camera on the back and like an 8 megapixel on the front. And Steph likes to take her pictures. A lot of those pictures end up on Patreon or on Facebook. And so we need a good camera for her for that. So that's why we haven't went and got a new camera here.
Somebody's asking about a health insurance plan. Kind of just like go through work. So don't have any real advice on that.
No, unfortunately
If
not.
we get any information on that, or anybody who's an agent for that, we will get them on here and we will interview them for them, and we will get those questions.
It is a big struggle for people to get their driver's license, car insurance, health insurance, registrations on vehicles because you are a nomad, and that's something that I think everyone has to work out depending on their situation, you know. How can you fix the screen? Oh, actually, I don't think you can, unfortunately. It would cost just as much to get a new phone as it would to fix the screen.
But we're finding out that this phone is like, they don't make it anymore.
They don't make it anymore. So, and it's an AT&T phone, so... I don't know if he would. I would love to have Bob Wells come on our channel, but I have to find him first. Anything else?
Nope, not so much.
Well, I mean...
Have a good night. Danny's getting off here, so love you, Danny. Have a safe night. Careful driving in Montana.
Well, guys, we got 77 people on here, 71 thumbs up. Thanks a lot. We've been on here 15 minutes. I think we're going to get off here and just kind of hang out tonight. You guys had... Okay. But I think we're going to get off here. I just want to make sure I didn't miss somebody's comment if they asked a question or something. I didn't want to cut them off.
Somebody did ask about what did we unzipper to open the door.
Oh.
That red thing that you see is it's actually a tent.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought this tent at a garage sale and it didn't have any poles in it. So we cut up the tent and we actually used it as screen doors.
On both sides,
used the bottom of the tent as a tarp. So that's what that is. We used it as a screen room, and it works really great because not only do we have the screen room, but on the bottom of the door it's rolled up and pinned up right now, but there's also like the sunshade.
Right.
So if it was like too sunny or something, or even if we wanted to open the door and it was rainy, we could put like that little sunshade up.
Which is really nice. And we can do that on both of these sliding doors on the sides.
Yes.
And we can get some ventilation if it's a hot day and don't want bugs. Tracy Wells, how's it going, buddy? Thank you so much. $25 donation. Yeah, you must have just got on here. Joe, what's going on, buddy? You just showed up too. We were just gonna get off, but I guess we should hang out for a few more minutes if everybody's getting on. We got some people getting on, getting off. Joe, did you make it back from Algodones okay? No problem. Good deal. I'm glad to hear you got your teeth fixed. All's well in life. Good deal.
Favorite TV show?
Oh, wow.
What's your favorite TV show?
Probably Big Bang or Young Sheldon. Five implants, good.
Yeah.
So you got to go back in about 6 more weeks, eh?
I really like MacGyver. I really like how he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna MacGyver it out of here.
We enjoy doing live streams, guys. We think it's just a different way you guys can interact with us. And thank you guys so much for all the PayPal love and all the Super Chat love. We greatly appreciate it. Mid-May. Well, you'll be ready to go. You'll be ready to get out of there by then, buddy. I don't know where you can go now. It's not even worth moving around. It's cold everywhere.
Thanks, Lee and Cindy. They said they're going to put a little gift on our PayPal.
Aw, thank you so much, guys. I bet you are, my friend. I bet you are. So, I guess we're going to get off here so we can watch Young Sheldon and Big Bang Theory coming on in about 9-10 minutes.
Oh, okay. since we're ending it,
Uh-huh.
we just had somebody from Italy. I want to say hi to you because I want to go to Italy. I'm so excited you came on the live stream. Hello, hello.
Thanks
and
you
we
for...
had somebody from New Zealand. If you are still on the live stream, I wanted to say hello to you, but I also did not want to interrupt Mike, and then I forgot about you a little bit. I am going to be truthful. I did forget about you. I am sorry.
We love New Zealand, so...
I want to see New Zealand too, so I'm super excited that this live stream is going global.
Global, baby. Global.
Thank you.
Yes.
You are watching us from another country, and we are in California in Borrego Springs, so kind of the desert. We're hanging out with dinosaurs, and we want to thank each and every one of you for coming on here and supporting us. Thank you so much.
Bryson Claudel, there's your shout out. Have a good night, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We really appreciate each and every one of you. You have no idea how thankful we are to have our 34 Patreons. You guys mean the world to us, along with all of our subscribers. We're almost to 6,000 subs, guys. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to make it to 10,000 this year, so I think we can do it here pretty soon. Half of the people that watch our videos aren't even subscribed. So if you're not a subscriber and you're watching this, hit that button. I could double my subscribers tomorrow and be above 10,000 if you guys would just do that for us. I know subs don't really matter, but it's kind of just a little thing that I like. I believe in how many actual views you get is how you know how your channel's doing. But thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
There's more content on Patreon if that's what you're into, guys.
As always, we'll see you in the next one, and look out for our live streams because they are extremely fun and raw footage.
Yep, this is raw footage, unedited.
Unedited.
And I'm going to try to put together a video for you guys tonight. I don't know if I'll put it out tonight or tomorrow, but you guys have a good night, and we'll see you in the next upload.